asking about Ehret and, well, what was up with Ehret and why hasn't anybody else done it? Well, that is the key, that Ehret was the Sir Isaac Newton. Ehret was the one that that rediscovered the actual law, the undeniable natural law of how the body operates, and he did it on his own body by researching his own body. Then when you get to the people, the African Americans in the American Midwest, when you get
African Americans,
musicians. When you get to that time, now you're talking about being able to take this law, take the work that Arnold Ehret did, and develop it into a lifestyle. Because if you just read the book without having access to somebody that has
that's really practicing it
as a lifestyle, you're gonna run into a lot of questions, and you're gonna run into problems that have already been answered and gone through, things that other people have already experienced and answered, and so and I think that's that's a key thing that we're able to really talk about now.
Well, that's the whole piece. If people are listening and they're streaming on the web or whatever it is, that's why the camp has to become larger, where we can share this information that helps. It makes it a little easier for you. I mean, take for instance where Professor Spira and Vic were almost like alike in terms of they were studying music in a conservatory. Now, Vic couldn't do it in the 70s. He just didn't have the support to be into the diet like he was, and to be over at the morgue, the conservatory, as we call it. He couldn't do the two. He just couldn't do the two. And but now here comes Professor Spira, 25 years later, who's in that same position, studying almost with the same people who were there, teaching. But he has a support piece around him of people who are into the piece, who are, kind of helping him navigate through those days where he just ready to, I remember where he was just ready to shuck it a couple. I'm done, I'd be like, whoa, just, eat some cashews and some raisins or whatever, and just come on down. It shows you, man, how everything has been for a reason, and timing is everything. Mm-hmm. Timing is just everything. And so to say that now, Professor Spira has a master's, you dig? So it couldn't have been done, I don't think, 30 years ago. To be committed like Professor Spira is into the mucusless diet, and to be alone by himself, just reading a book and trying to, and so everybody kind of stands on each other's shoulders with this piece. And then, we have Baby Babaji, a whole nother thing coming in, with children,
Well, kids, as I like to say.
Well, I just, just that whole young thing and coming in where they don't know that world that we knew a little bit of that meat world, a little bit of that of that whole world that meat, creates those emotions and that kind of just adversarialness. And just that whole. Don't need no water, let burn. That whole intense thing. So here comes another world. So we're looking, where Baby Babaji is doing dry fasts and fasting. Adults won't let children, and this is how Baby Babaji is kind of showing parents what children can do and what they are capable of. If
what siblings could do.
And so, this piece has been like everybody's standing on each other's shoulder. But the key is that we using our own bodies for research. We're using our own bodies for research, and that's how you get real information. Real information. You can't talk to me about fasting 9.5 months if you haven't done it. You just can't. I mean, we can't have a rational conversation. And I say, well, I ain't drink no water. I did enemas every day. I seen waste coming out. Every day that I did enema, waste was coming out. Then when I didn't eat anything for 9.5 months, didn't drink any water, drank just pineapple juice. Now, unless you done that, we just couldn't have a conversation about it. But what most people should do is just try to listen and see. I mean, like right now, if I didn't tell people that I was fasting, they would never know. I've been out of town the last 3 weeks, like practically every weekend for 4 or 5 days, and people don't know. I tell them, man, fasted, you've been fasting. And they wonder why I'm not shriveled up, why I'm not. Well, because